Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. I went ahead and set up red and green science with the same station idea, but we have now just an individual copper station, individual iron station, and here is our science pickup station. And I ran it for a little while just to see if it would work, and it worked just fine. Let's take a look. These two stations are running. They have the exact same logic. They have the exact same outcome. The difference between the two is, well, this one has a lot more combinators and letters and things. But it's all different setup stuff. So with this one, what I would do is go ahead and paste down the station. And then I would basically need to adjust this number, which is basically the low water mark, or when we want to turn the station on. And this number, which is the high water mark, which is basically how many items we need before this station turns itself off. Then we have to go through and set the filters on the inserters, as well as set our item that we want to send out on the network there. So there's a couple numbers we have to adjust here. And just some things over here. Over this one, we've got a lot of more combinators. This is kind of what I ended the episode on. I put a just generic combinator here with an N signal. The N standing for the need. So I need 120 iron at this station, which is basically what this setup uses in a minute. Then I go and calculate the low water mark by multiplying that in by 5. So I'm saying 5 minutes is our low water mark. Enough iron to run this for 5 minutes is our low water mark. And our high is enough for it to run for 10 minutes. So those, we take that generic variable and go ahead and calculate those based on how many items we need for a minute. So we don't need to individually set those. We just set it in one place and that gets calculated out. And then we have the extra combinator, of course, that converts that signal coming in as a T. Instead of just reading everything, we have to convert that over because we don't want that to intermingle in with some of the items. And we just basically do our comparison based off the low watermark, the high watermark. We basically just have to set this one number right here, and it does the calculations for us and runs. We still have to set up the... we still have to set up this stuff. And we still have to set up this right here. So it's the exact same. Everything up here is exactly the same. It's just a matter of setting one number here or two numbers and having to calculate what those numbers are, doing a little bit of math over here. I'm leaning toward this one right now. And there may be better ways to do that, to simplify that a little bit. But yeah, you just paste the station down, set the filters, and set whatever the number is of items you need of that per minute. And then it does the rest for you and turns itself off. And in theory, this station should be able to run for 5 minutes, which is our high water mark minus our low water mark, before it requests a train. So these trains basically will stay up here for 5 minutes until the next thing comes. And because we have them split up now, they're separate stations, we won't run into the situation where whenever this one runs out, and it'll call just the copper train. It won't call the copper and let the iron train out as well, because that station will turn on. So that's good. That's good as well. I'm going to go ahead and leave these off right now because, well, we still can't make purple science. And I keep on saying that I want to make purple science, but actually what I want to do is, someone had suggested that since it takes so long to get uranium processing up and running, that we probably need to start it right now. And even though we can't do anything with it, and I sort of agree after thinking about it a little bit. So I want to go ahead and set up our uranium station and get our uranium processing going. Because we're going to need a number of the, I never can remember, 235 and 238, right? Is what they are. It's 235. Whatever the lime green one is, is the one we need 40 of to get the Covarex process going. So we might as well go ahead and start that now. This is all running well. I did put a output priority on this side, which I meant to do earlier, but did not. So that this coal belt always remains the fullest, and we only send coal up there if this one is not. No sense in and activating the alternate power if our main power is not being utilized to the fullest. So yeah, we need to get that set up. We need, basically right now, we need some of these guys right here, centrifuges, to get that. We need concrete for that, which is something we're not currently making. And that is it like stone bricks and water? That'll be under logistics. Stone bricks, iron ore, and water. All these things we have right here. So I think we need to go ahead and get some concrete makers up and running. And we'll roll the intro, get some of that occurring, and we shall... Oh, we don't have water down here. Oh, we've got some up there. So maybe we move stone bricks up there. Maybe that's the idea. I like it. Let's do that. After I got to thinking about it a little bit, that sounded really silly. And moving everything up there just to get one resource down didn't make a lot of sense to me after all. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just move that down here. Let's go ahead and get some of these pipes. We need to get... Let's see, are we through with you? Maybe. I don't foresee us needing any smelting stuff since we have all those columns filled out. So I think we just go ahead and leave that right now. We can utilize a couple of these though. Let's see. Let's get iron ore over here first. Let's take you across. We'll get a splitter going right here, and we will output iron to the left. Are you going to be able to grab... Doesn't look like you are, does it? Okay, let's move that up a little bit. Okay, now you can. Okay, we can take this off going in this general direction. Combine those two lines up. We can run that up right there. And let's see. Let's do that. And you make concrete. And you make concrete. How many of these little guys do we need for that? You need 100 concrete. And you make... 10 concrete every 10 seconds, so 1 a second. And what else do you need? Advanced circuits, iron gear wheels, and steel plate. And you need many, many, many of those. All right, so for now, I think we'll just do that. I'll do something like that. Where water pipe? Water pipe up there. Water, water, water. That'll get water in there. And we've got a break here somewhere, I suspect. Probably on the corner up here. Yes. Water. Guys moving in. We don't need those inserters there. That would probably work. And a power pole right there. And that'll get some concrete moving, and we can start making those machines off of that. What was that? Was it gears? Where'd they go? No, that's a nuclear reactor. These. Gear wheels, advanced circuits, and steel. Move some of this stuff away here. Oh my. Remember when we were short of bullets? Now we have more bullets than we could possibly ever need. That's not true at all. We'll probably need all of those at some point. Alright, so if we got one of these and put them right there, you guys could get red circuits. You could get steel. You could get iron gear wheels. You could get concrete. You would make those. And we could make us some of these. Now we don't want all of these. Let's see. I believe they hold 2 in the can, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know, maybe 8? Eight seems reasonable. So we'll enable that. Anything less than 6. So that'll give us 6 in there, and then 2 in the can, right? And then that will make some concrete, just buffer up there, and that should be good to go. All right. We need another train. For that, we're going to need engines, and we're going to need a couple of train cars as well. And a locomotive. This is where things are going to get interesting. Because I haven't really thought about what we need to do in order to get sulfuric acid up to do our mining for us. Let's see, we have some miners. We've got a little bit of pipe. We could probably use a little bit more. We have a ludicrous amount of red circuits. And we're kind of starting to go through those a little bit. Let's come here to the end guys right here, and let's put 200 into you. And another 200 into you, just to get that moving a little bit. Don't want the plastic. Don't want the wire. Okay. All right, okay, and that will actually get the plastic moving, which will help get our solid fuel down there. Okay, let's see, can we... I guess we can use this train. I was wanting to kind of use one train, but this may work. Let's take... Actually, let's take the building train, since that's more of its job. Let's take you over to this area, And we'll see what we need to do for that. I think we need sulfuric acid, right? Which is, what do we need? What do we need for that? Sulfur iron plates, huh? Okay, that makes it interesting as well. All right. Let's take you out. Let's take you out. Hmm. I'm trying to think if I want to do this with one station or perhaps trying to do it with two separate stations. I think one station may be able to do it. Oh, okay. Let's just think about this here. We need okay, I know what we need to do. I know what we need to do. That will go right there. We'll leave that down there. We'll put that. That won't go right there. We'll have to do one of these things. Railroad tracks are stupid when it comes to blueprints. I guess stupid's not the right word. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so the second car up here is going to be loading up uranium ore. So we'll have a 2-car train. That is going to be for uranium ore. And this one down here is going to be our unloading. Switch all these around. And you are going to unload 3 items. We're going to need water. We're going to need petroleum. And we're going to need iron. Right? Let's just double check that. For sulfuric acid, we need sulfur and iron. Sulfur requires water and petroleum gas. You also require water as well. Okay, that will come out. And I think we can put those onto one belt. That will be our iron coming in. And then we're going to have... three belts coming back. One of those is going to be uranium. And the other one of those is going to be uranium. That's going to load into these belts in the back. Are we out of belt? Interesting. And then this one is going to be a barrel return, basically. So you will basically just bring in barrels. Okay. Let's see. Do we have we have chemical plants? All right. We're gonna need a couple chemical plants. We are going to need an assembling machine, 2 of them. Let's not. Yeah, this is all a little snug up here. Let's come down here where we've got a little bit more room to work with. Okay, if you come on down and we like split you off and say like, I don't know, water goes to one side. And that'll send the petroleum off to another. Is that? No, I actually want it to go right there. Okay, so if we did that, this would be our empty barrel return. Which is going to conflict with the iron coming in. Do that right there. Okay, so that would bring the iron down here. And empty barrels come back up this way. No, that's right. Just like that. Okay, so you would unbarrel the petroleum, you would unbarrel the water. We want a chemical plant like here-ish, and one right there-ish. You would make sulfur. You would make sulfuric acid. Let's see. Let's flip that to that side. You make the water. You make the petroleum. There. 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 Can we make some more pipe? Can. Get an inserter moving over like that for you. Get an inserter moving in for you. And that would be our iron line. Then you need to send those out. And you need to bring those in. Okay, and that gets our sulfuric acid, which will come all the way down here, and we could set up the miners here. Can we go ahead and do that? I don't see why not. I was trying to get fancy, and I've got a tree in the way, and you can't get fancy when you got a tree in the way. All right, I'm gonna clean this up. We don't need that, that, or that. That'll connect up that side. Those two sides. Those two. And those two. I guess an argument can be made that we should be barreling the sulfuric acid and taking it down here, but that would just be silly. All right, that'll get down there. Do we have some big power poles in our inventory? We have a couple. We'll probably get by with mediums in some of these places. All right, and let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lines coming down here, which is going to work out well since we have 2 return lines coming back. So let's set you up. Go ahead and do that. I'm actually bringing that over, I think was the right call. Up there, you'll join beside him right there, and those need to end up right here-ish. Take it beside this big rock. All right, yeah, we don't have anything, we're missing a ton of belts and stuff like that, but other than that, I think we are pretty good to go here. And, you know what? I haven't set up any logic here on any of the stations. I know we just spent a lot of time going through and setting up a generic station, and that's going to work really good for those down there. This one's kind of going to be its own animal, though. What if we did something just kind of cheap and dirty here? And just said enabled when water barrels are less than, I don't know, 100. Oh. That we didn't have any of that wired up. That's going to be iron less than, I don't know, like 100. Your filter is iron. And let's see, yeah, you're going to be like petroleum. Okay, that'll be empty barrel return. This is going to be uranium ore, which is going to be separate, which is why I don't think a big giant logic thing is going to really work for any of that. All right, so we need belt, we need things, and we need a train that's going to be running that. So let's go ahead and get that started. I think getting a little long on the episode length here, and plus it hasn't been that thrilling. But I would like to at least get kind of the idea of this train up and running. We do have a train, right? And why are you paused? Let's add the hold station to you. And why don't you just wait there for now? We'll have to figure out something to do with that. Okay, all of that is what we need. Okay, let's get a train set up here. You're going to be that. Actually, let's move him down because I want to set some filters on the wagons before we let them go. All right, so we're going to need empty barrels. We'll reserve a row for that. We're going to need petroleum, water, iron. And I think we just do it that way. And this one, not that it's ever going to have anything else in it, but I think I want to go ahead and just reserve them all anyway, because we should be doing that, even though I usually don't. Just an extra little bit of safety precaution there. We'll set you to a nice, friendly green color, so we know what you are. And let's get in it. You are going to go to this stop. Can I just click on it? Did that work? No. Add a station. I want that one. That one right there. That's not the way this works. Okay. That's going to be pick up those things. We'll go for inactivity of a couple of seconds, maybe. Let's do 2 because this is where it's going to get its refuel. And then we're going to go to pick up iron. I was going to rename for these for smelting. I don't think I did on that, though. Okay, yeah, because that's down there. Okay, so pick up iron. We'll do just a second of inactivity there, I believe. And then we're going to pick up uranium for inactivity. And then eventually we'll have a place where we drop off that uranium ore. We do not have that right now. So let's go ahead and run through this and just see if this gets us even close. Probably need to modify the buffers back at the fluid station as well. Because we just have those set up for a very minor little thing right now. What did we base that on? I don't remember. Is that on these guys? Yeah. We'll leave it for now. I'll have to think about what we need to do about that. But that doesn't block the station. That gets you filled up. Okay, let's go to the next stop, which will be where we pick up our iron. Oh, that's right. We can't access that station from that side. Because I didn't think I would ever need to do that. We are probably going to need to do that, so we'll have to think about that as well. But this station isn't blocked by the extra car. That's good. And then we go to the mining area. And depending on where we put our uranium processing station, which I haven't put a lot of thought into where we want to do that, that's going to be odd. All right. And I believe that is working the way that I want. We still don't have all the belts filled out and things like that, but that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that that would actually stop once we got the number of barrels in there that it required. All right, and you just go off and do your thing for a little while and waste some of that solid fuel for us. Okay, so that is going to work, I believe. I'm going to come over here and grab some more red belts so we can try to get that all situated. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next episode, where we've got 6 of those. We've got 8 of those. Let's make it 10, just for fun. We can go ahead and get some of this uranium processing started and just kind of pave the way for nuclear power whenever it gets here. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Have a good one.